Welcome to Ecomice Academy. In the present world, we have two main challenges. To maintain economic stability, at the same time conserving environment is also challenging, right? So in this regard, we have an alternative to safeguard our economy and to provide stability to economy. At the same time, in conservation of environment, which can actually help us is ethanol blending. So what is the concept we are discussing? It is ethanol blending. So ethanol is a biofuel. So what is a biofuel? A fuel which is generated from any living organisms related to plant waste or animal waste or all the food feedstock, that we call it as biofuel. So that one category of biofuel is this ethanol. So ethanol is generally considered as a basic biofuel, first generation biofuel, right? So then what is the concept of ethanol blending? So in the recent times, if you have seen, government of India is blending ethanol with petrol. So what is the reason? So here two reasons are importantly involved. One is to provide energy security. Second, to have economic dependence. The same time, environmental conservation. So first we understand. So what is this ethanol blending with petrol? Right? We know we are importing almost 85% of our crude oil requirements from different countries. That means you are spending large amount of your foreign exchange reserves in the form of imports bill itself. That means you are paying more currency than what you're getting in return. So that is not good for economy. And at the same time, if you're using alone petrol, it will also release large amount of greenhouse gas emissions. It's not good for the country also. And in any situation, if you see, West Asia is always a political turmoil. So many geopolitical tensions will impact the imports also, which may also have that impact on India. Inflation and everything also may trigger, right? So to solve all these problems, we are trying to blend 80% is the petrol what we are getting, and we are trying to achieve 20% of ethanol blended with the petrol, right? That means there is a ratio and proportion. So 80% will be the petrol and 20% will be the ethanol that will be blended, right? So this is first announced in National Biofuel Policy. Okay, National Biofuel Policy, which was released in the year 2018. So in this 2018 policy, some features are highlighted, like they have categorized the biofuels into basic and advanced. In basic, we have first generation biofuel, which is generated from the food sources. In the second category or advanced category, we have second generation biofuels, which are generated from non-food sources, right? Which are like damaged grains, rice, or broken rice, rotten potatoes, etc. Then third generation biofuels are generated from algae, and fourth generation biofuels are generated from genetically modified crops. In this way, we have different categorization in the biofuels, right? So this was one feature of biofuel policy. At the same time, they also said we wanted to achieve 20% ethanol blending by 2030. That is the target of the policy. But this target was now revised to 2025 by Union government. So they have preponed to this year itself. And what is the ministry that was involved? Here, very important, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas is a ministry which has been instrumental in bringing this particular policy. And they also have provided the expanded scope of raw materials. Along with this, they also created a National Biofuel Coordination Committee, which will actually check in case of any diversion from the food to the non-food sources to the food sources. In case, for example, if you wanted to generate any biofuel from food sources, right? Because if you're diverting it from the food to fuel, then there may be scarcity that may be generated. But in some situations of surplus food production, can we divert that extra food to the fuel is the question. So that will be taken by who? Take care by this National Biofuel Coordination Committee or the center under the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. These are the main highlights of the policy. Along with the target, 20% ethanol blending by 2030 is the initial thing they have supposed, and now it has been preponed to 2025. Now let us understand. So what is ethanol blending targets? So initial goal we have seen is 20% of ethanol blending. Okay, so by 2030. Now this was preponed to 2025. At the same time, we also wanted to blend 5% of biodiesel into diesel. So these are the initial targets and the current targets. Okay, what is the current status? As on 2024, we have achieved 15% ethanol blending already, right? Now the target is to increase this to 20% so that we can meet our target of ethanol blending of 20% by 2025. So this is the current status. Then what will be the significant impact? As we have discussed, we need not depend much on the imports. We can decrease the oil imports, energy security, environmental benefits, because it is a cleaner fuel. It doesn't emit any greenhouse gas emissions, and it also provides better income to the farmers, and no emissions also is the main impact. At the same time, economic advantages. So you can use the non-food sources which are waste, you convert them into wealth. At the same time, you can also divert that food surplus in some situations to fuel, so that you can decrease the burden on imports. So these are the main benefits of having biofuels blended in the petrol or diesel. Then what are the challenges? Feedstock availability. So we have seen in generations, first generation is food sources, but that if we use more, we can have food scarcity. But in the second generation of biofuels, non-food sources, that means which are not edible, like broken rice, rotten things, damaged corn, or these things will actually be the main ground for biofuels. But the feedstock availability is very less. So then we have infrastructure development. So we have to convert all this into biofuel. So for that, we don't have dedicated laboratories and we didn't have that equipment also on a large scale. Then technological adaptations is also a challenge in this particular regard. Then what are the government initiatives? So we have seen already National Biofuel Policy was announced in 2018. So we have seen the features also. And last to last year, Global Biofuel Alliance, if you have remembered, this was announced on the lines of G20 summit. So India has hosted G20 summit, and in this G20 summit which India has hosted in that year, we have announced Global Biofuel Alliance along with Saudi Arabia, Brazil and other countries. So that is also an initiative to promote biofuels and other cleaner policies. Let us see the practice question. What is the revised target of year for achieving 20% blending of ethanol in petrol in India? What is the revised target? Let me know in the comment section. Then, which feedstock is not commonly used for ethanol production in India? Among this, which is not used for ethanol production? Let me know in the comment section. Then, today we have discussed about ethanol blending, what is the revised targets and what is the current status of ethanol blending in India. What will be the advantages or significant facts or importance of this particular blending of ethanol in the petrol? What are the key challenges that we are facing? How to overcome, along with the practice questions. So if you like the video and found informative, let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. All the very best.